You feel like playing Blue Eyes. Why do you feel like playing Blue Eyes? Well, Monster Reborn. Pretty simple answer, you know? The M staple, feel like you're invincible? You know, this is pretty straightforward. But why does your brain go straight to the legendary dragon, who is a powerful engine of destruction, virtually invincible, that very few have faced this awesome creature, and lives to tell the tale? Well, let's see your options. Option 1. Azure Eyes. Silver Dragon. Synchro Monster. Special summonable by Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. That when summoned will protect all of your dragons for the next 2 turns, essentially, from being targeted or destroyed by card effects, and during your standby phase will revive a normal monster from your graveyard. Okay, sounds pretty good. What other options do we have? Well, we have Melody, right? You know, Melody of Awakening Dragon. Discard an Ancient. Becomes a special summon or recycle. Grab alternative. Got Blue Eyes. And bam! You've won +1 or 2. But instead of running consistency or protection, you have chosen to run a unsearchable, a completely and utterly sacky, one of limited card that you have no guarantee of getting or even seen throughout the entire game. And that is why you are here, my friend, because we are playing Revival in this Blue Eyes deck. That is correct. Our theory is that thanks to the power of Cards of Consonance and Draw Power, we shall be able to draw into this Monster Reborn, thus being able to special summon Big Hunk Kabungus, and then OTK our opponent without leaving them a trace in sight. How does this work? Well, it's pretty simple. You send Ancients to graveyard, you special summon Blue Eyes. You discard something with Raigeki Break, either being Ancients or Blue Eyes, you revive it with Monster Reborn or Silver Scribe. Pretty straightforward. To be honest, it's your average Joe Blue Eyes deck, except instead of playing 3 more Karma Cuts, you're actually playing 2 Silver Scribe and a Monster Reborn, and you have opted to not play good cards. Still, surprisingly enough, this deck does actually pretty well. Thanks to the versatility of revival spells, and not having to sit on 2 back row and just pass, you actually have a lot of options, because yes, you can sit on back row, and, you know, discard your Weapon of Ancients, special summon your BEs or your Dragon Spirits of Light while popping a card, but that's not your main play. And what happens if you need to discard Dragon Spirit of Light or Blue Eyes? Does it just stay there until you get an Ancients engraved? No, because you can revive a Silver Scribe or Monster Reborn. And of course, we already said Cards of Consonance will allow you to get to these revival spells quicker. Thus, we have created a way of playing the deck that it feels almost balanced. Tricky if you draw Blue Eyes, but do we have a solution to that as well? Ultimate Dragons. At the beginning of the duel, you had a Blue Eyes Ultimate, a Neo Blue Eyes, and a Blue Eyes Twinburst Dragon, aka Animation, cooler card without animation, even cooler card without animation, with less materials, which will allow us to reveal 2 Blue Eyes in our hand and add a Poly to our hand for free. Thus, we can unbrick ourselves if we get Brick Fight. Sounds pretty good. But not only that, if our monsters were ever to get cleared, we can quite simply just Monster Reborn them back. And on top of this, we can just Monster Reborn the materials that were sent to grave. Sounds good to me. Get another pop with alternative? Coolio. Overall, really interesting. I really like it. And you may be wondering, well, okay, so we have no protection. That is incorrect. Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon can actually float into 2 boys here. Start a Spark Dragon, which can protect itself so that it's not destroyed, and on top of that, protect your other monsters from battle and destruction. Funny enough, that the battle protection is actually an upgrade from Azure Eyes. Still, the stats are not, at least in terms of defense. Attack, they're the same. So, pretty good. And Michael, for when you get that annoying melodious diva combo, because it's we all know that it feels so great to just face off against a Bloom Diva and get scored to death. You know, it's not fun. But Michael here allows us to say F you to Divas. On top of this, we have Thunder and Dragon, new addition, rank 8 with 2 normal monsters, aka your BEs, which will allow us to blow up the entire field. Which is pretty nice, because it's non-targeting destruction. A thing that used to be your weakness, if you were playing something that, you know, cannot be targeted. And of course, you know, control Graveyard, and just pop something for free, because Vermilion is great. Astrodic is self-explanatory if you ever seen Blue Eyes. And main deck essentially the same, aside from running Monster Reborn and Silver Spry. And the reason why I'm running Raigeki Break is for the sole reason that this can go against back row the same way that it can go against monsters. While yes, Karma Cut is indeed a great card, it can fail if you don't have the back row removal. Well, this can not only be back row removal, but like I said, monster removal. Overall, you have many ways to out cards. Usually you have big bunguses. It's gonna be pretty easy to get rid of whatever you need. It's sort of a normal Blue Eyes list, but it allows you to have additional access to some things. Now, I know what you may be wondering. What about the new Blue Eyes support? Well, to you I say, it's sort of iffy. Strength and Unity is just not Dark Magical Circle, but if you fusion a Ritual Summon, you're not really gonna do it that often. No, really, fusion summoning this deck, even though you're like, oh, I break, I need to fusion summon, it's not really your main win con. It's just it's a follow-up, it's an extender. It's a I have 2 blows in my hand. What am I gonna do? I break. No. Oh wait, skill unbreak. And otherwise, getting back a Blue Eyes from the graveyard doesn't really matter because Ancients already does it. So you'll always get your Blue Eyes back to be able to go into alternatives. So it doesn't really do much. The card that does do something, and it could come up in either side decks or future metas, is Distant Rivals. Non-targeting negation, while of course it can simply just get interrupted by anything tributing off or getting off the field, still can do quite a few things. Essentially, as long as you control Blue Eyes, you will simply just negate all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. Cannot Champion's Vigilance, except not spell speed 3 and cannot negate summons, so it's not Champion's Vigilance, but you get the idea. It's still good, in my opinion, will be worthwhile in either Dark Magician builds or future Blue Eyes builds, but in my opinion, it doesn't add enough as a discard and a pop, which is usually a bit more aggressive than just a simple negate and then get run over. It's good, but not good enough. Speaking of Dark Magician, there will be a Dark Magician deck list coming very soon, hopefully tomorrow or the day after that, so stay tuned. And to end off it all with a little bit of cringe before we go into the replays, I have decided to make a copy-paste of myself of the rock song based on Blue Eyes. Prepare your cringe, because this is gonna be in the description below and in the comment section, so you can copy-paste it and annoy your friends for playing this monstrosity. Because it's about eggs, it's about staples, we play traps, because we're disabled. Put in the bricks and put in the dragons and pull the wagons. Because what's my motherfucking name? Kaiba! Yeah, you may cringe now, don't worry. It's in the description, because you'll enjoy that. I don't know, I got bored and I was thinking of this in the shower and just came, and here we are now, talking to each other. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoy the replays, and stay tuned for future deck lists. Thanks guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!